Sometimes making an intro could be the hardest part of making a song. That's what today's video is about. You got what I want. What's up, guys? My name's Noah. I make music as Haterade, and today we're talking about intros. When I'm working with my students one-on-one, a lot of times they have like a good idea for the drop, but they don't know where to go with an intro, and they feel like anything they make is just kind of forced. A lot of times just getting the idea going really helps get the ball rolling for what you want to make. I'm going to show you guys my method of getting started making intros. So we got three elements: the bass, chords, and the drums. And we may get into some melody stuff, but we'll see how it goes. So I have a bass, which is it's a Reese bass, sounds like this. Really simple, right? We just have a sawtooth wave that is has got some detune on it, and we have it low passed. Really simple, no effects even. We're just keeping it real simple. And we have some chords which sound like this. So they're kind of crushed a little bit, and that's on purpose. That's a sound design tip for you guys. If you this is what the preset looks like. We're just using basic shapes here. If you want to get that sound, that really washed out sound, just turn the reverb, or you could turn the mix all the way up, turn the size decay all the way down, and you get that sound. If you're just starting with the intro, the best way to get started with going with this is picking a key and a tempo right off the bat. Just I'm gonna make something at 100 BPM. So that's where I have my tempo set to 100 right here. And you just pick a note. Say, I'm going to start at E minor. And that's the basis, right? So I made a bass line already. It sounds like this. So this isn't a really complex MIDI pattern at all. We're just all the notes are in scale though, which is important, right? I know some of you guys more advanced might probably like, duh, Noah, it's important that everything's in scale. But some of the newer guys might not know that, okay? So here's the cool thing, right? So I wrote a bass line. Now what? Now what I can do, and I'll show you guys right here. We'll demo this. What I can do is I can take this pattern right here. We'll shift that up one octave, and we'll copy, paste, Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V. We'll shift that up an octave, and then we'll make chords out of this bass line. So I'm going to go like this, bring those up like that, bring this down, and I'm going to fix the notes that don't belong in the scale, right? So like this F doesn't belong in the scale. Let's see what else. This D doesn't belong in the scale, so we got to move that up. Let's see what else. That A doesn't belong in the scale. Let me see. Is there anything else? That A doesn't belong in the scale. Okay, so it looks like we're good. All right. So then I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to invert the chords, which essentially means, well, let's actually just take those guys, and we'll shift them down an octave like that. So now we have chords that sound like this. And if we combine that with our bass line, we take those chords and combine with our bass line, sounds like this. Okay, cool, right? So, but this really doesn't make it feel like an intro, right? It kind of just starts. Like those chords are already there, and that's not really the intro part. So we can take an EQ right here, and we can low pass these guys out. And we can choose to bring them in over time, or we could just choose to bring them in right when these drums come in over here, which is probably what I would do in this situation, but it's all up to you, right? So I'll take this and I'll hold Option here and draw that line to be a curved line right there. So these will just be subtly underneath. Let's see. Looks like, let's move our playhead over here. Okay, so then I'll add a drum loop in here. This is a full drum loop, and I high passed and low passed it, which is essentially a band pass, right? And then I added a bunch of reverb to it. And notice I added some reverb to the chords up here. So I'm just sending that down here. So right now we're looking at the bass line and the drum loop here. And that's good. That's a good start to an intro, right? And then when it all finally culminates, we get that filter open up, and we add in some more percussion here. Then we can start getting into stuff like making a top line melody, right? Which we could do down here. And I said earlier that I might get into this, but I think we'll save this for another video because there's a lot we can go into making melodies, but this is the essential groundwork you can lay for building intros. And you can add other things in here, like maybe if you like have some vocal chops you want to throw in here, you can push those in the background, make everything really spacey. You don't even need to use this whole drum loop either. You could just use parts of it, right? So maybe we could even come in and cut parts of this thing out. We'll just go like this. I'm just going to use the second half of the drum loop. Like that. So we can start it off like this. You could do stuff like that too, or if you wanted to make it a little more sparse. So you could do a lot of things with this, but using that bass line and chord trick has been something I've used in my songs so much. It's really helpful, and it makes for a really easy writing and getting you started. So hope you guys liked the video. Remember, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you have a better way or other ways to write intros, any shortcuts you want to share, I'm always open to new shortcuts. Just like you guys, I'm learning new stuff every day. Remember, if you want some samples, project files, or lessons with me, go down to the link in the description to the Patreon. You can get all that stuff there. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.